This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I've got Chris Craig here with me. Thank you for taking the time out from your busy day. This is your busy time of year too, with tire changes and everything like that.
It is a very busy time of year. Thank you for having me.
You are the owner of RCL and Automotive, and this is a busy time of year. You're putting winter tires on and maintenance for cars.
Yeah, winter tires are a big part of our business right now. As we seen yesterday, the first snowflake fell, and our phone never stopped ringing.
There you go, there you go. So you decided the busiest time of the year you were going to take on BAM, build a mountain of food.
They always said, if you want something done, give it to a busy person.
That's right, that's right, and they were correct in giving that to you. Now this is our 17th year, Build a Mountain of Food. How long have you been helping out with it?
I've been involved with it for about 12 of the years. I never really got to know Huey on a personal level till he started working with the Hintons, and he asked if I could help with some food pickups and deliveries and stuff, and from there it's just blossomed into, you know, Huey stepping down because of a job, and had to have somebody take it over, and he asked if I would take it over, and I felt proud to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're talking about Huey Colton, who got this started 17 years ago with just Perth, I believe.
Just Perth, him and Ed Chenard.
That's right, and it's blossomed into, how many locations have we got?
We have 11.
We've got 11 locations now too. So 3 years ago you took on as the main organizer, and it's blossomed. And you took it over during COVID too. Talk about wanting a challenge. So let's talk about Build a Mountain of Food. It's starting November 4th in Carleton Place.
And Almont.
And Almont, yep. That's right, that's right. And then it's moving on. I'll let you talk about...
then it's every consecutive weekend. So the weekend after is Remembrance Day. So we postpone not having it on Remembrance Day. So we go to the next weekend to November 18th, which is in Perth and Lanark. Lanark has moved their location to the Civitan Hall for drop-offs, and they're having chili and beaver tails and a whole bunch of stuff. So come out and enjoy a fresh bowl of chili and a beaver tail. Next week, November 25th, in Smiths Falls. It's likely one of our biggest locations to collect food. We get lots of people supported here in Smiths Falls, so come out and have some fun with us at any location, not just in Smiths Falls. December 2nd is in Elgin and Westport. Very small communities, but very giving.
Yes.
They're just as much need as any other community, so please support them. December 9th, we're in Portland and Merrickville. Unfortunately, this year in Merrickville, we're not there at the same time as Christmas in Merrickville. So hopefully we get some tourists coming out doing some Christmas shopping and supporting Merrickville. Portland is very well received. They get huge donations from the community. It's unbelievable there. It's a party there. They like having fun in Merrickville, or in Portland. We wrap it up December 16th in Athens and Delta. Another small community, very giving community.
All right, all right. Now, every Saturday, you're going to be going to each one of these locations as well.
Yep.
And this is something you work on all year round, I'm sure. You're starting to organize next year's the day after you finish this.
Usually we do. It's been tough in the last few years getting vans. With Hinton's Auto Group, it's nice they can pull from all their dealerships and help us out. We don't necessarily need vans, but the van is a nice big presence. It's out front, and we ladder it up. But if we have to use SUVs, we use SUVs. So.
It's a nice visual too when people are bringing out items and everything. You're filling a vehicle too, so they can see what part they've taken into making a donation. Yeah,
seeing a vehicle full of bags of food is quite an amazing feat, actually.
Absolutely. Now, I've been around the Build a Mountain of Food in Smiths Falls for many years now, too, and it is amazing to be able to fill a vehicle, but it fills fast, so you have other volunteers coming around taking the items almost on an hourly basis.
Yeah, they drive around with a couple pickup trucks, and I think there's about 4 or 6 volunteers that continually do that all day. And they take it up to the food bank, and it gets sorted right away, so it's not a big influx for them to try and do at the end of the day. They also have volunteers come around with hot chocolate and some sandwiches from Tim Hortons, so yeah, it's nice.
Awesome. Now, can I ask you, what is your inspiration to want to help the food bank so much?
I don't like seeing kids going hungry. It's they don't have a real say in what gets put in a cupboard, and going to school and trying to learn on an empty belly is not fun for them.
Absolutely. And we've been talking to a few people from other food banks about Build a Mountain of Food, and that seems to be our number one topic we talk about, is making sure the children are fed. There's so many families, the parents will forego getting food just to make sure their children get fed.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see, you know, I would do the same, and I'm sure you would do the same if it came down to my child having food. They would get it first.
Absolutely.
And I think most parents are that way. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, at Build a Mountain of Food Day, we have lots of fun at all these locations. We've got Jeff Winkenweeder, we've got all sorts of great fun volunteers. Rita Purcell comes out every year, and we have lots of fun. But you also hear these stories too that day of, you know, like thank you very much, and they take you off to the side and hear about
there's a few good feel stories. One year in Perth, a gentleman came out of the Independent, and he had a box of craft dinner, and he said, "This is all I can afford." And we said, "You don't have to do that. If you know,
right.
if he says you guys have helped me, and I feel like giving back, but this is all I can afford." So, you know, it makes you feel good that, you know, people are using and contributing at the same time.
Absolutely, and you know, it's sometimes the food bank, people need it all the time. Some people just need a little help once in a while too, and quite often you see these people that just need a little bit of help, and when they are able to give back, you hear them, and you hear their stories that day too. So.
Yeah, and you know, people should not be ashamed of having to use the food bank. It's not, you know, a personality
not at all
conflict. No. Just, you know, if you need some food, they're more than willing to give you some.
Yeah.
And I know money gets tight with inflation and stuff. This year especially, food is getting atrociously expensive.
Yes, and I mean, there's people that are working. They're working really hard, and they still can't make ends meet. So they need help from the food bank. So and that's all right.
It's all right. Yes.
That's all right. Yeah. That's all right. All right. So we start our food Build a Mountain of Food on November 4th. You're not doing it on November 11th because of Remembrance Day, but you're going right straight through to December 16th.
Yep.
And and we've got to mention Roz and Lee as well too, because this is a family endeavor.
It is. My daughter started 12 years ago with us. She was independent, collecting bags from people, and she's volunteered at the food bank. My wife volunteers at the food bank. Yeah, it's a family affair.
Absolutely, and I mean Roz too. My goodness, she's been volunteering everywhere. She won a big volunteer award for youth.
Yes.
A few years ago too, just for all she does for the community.
Yeah, so. Super young girl.
Amazing.
Just amazing. Yeah.
Yes, she is. You've got to be so proud of her.
I am.
Well, thank you very much for doing this, organizing Build a Mountain of Food once again for the 17th year. And we're going to start November 4th at Carlton Place. And let's see, we'll run through the dates again too. November 18th, Perth and Lanark. Saturday, November 25th, we'll be in Smith Falls. December 2nd, Elgin and Westport. December 9th, Portland and Merrickville. And December 16th, you're going to wrap it up in Athens and Delta. And then you're going to have Christmas?
Then I might be able to do some Christmas shopping.
You might be able to do some Christmas shopping, yes, for sure, for sure. You'll have all the tires changed and
hopefully by then,
done. Thanks for joining us. Chris Craig from
Kathy.
Build a Mountain of Food. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.